Hello everyone. In today's video, we're going to be talking about the GT4 at Daytona. This is a lab guide for the Sports Car Endurance League and SRN, or for maybe another official race sometimes in the future. This is a 1 minute and 52.9. So let's get into it. So coming into turn one here, I'm braking right before I reach this sort of green light here. I'm braking maybe a couple meters before, maybe like 2 car lengths before. Uh, and very important, I apply around, I'd say 90% brakes, and I apply them very gradually, especially in the GT4 car, because of the very soft suspension compared to a Formula car or maybe even a GT3. It's very easy to load the fronts too fast. So what you do is you load them up gradually. This may seem sort of useless, but really, if you try it out, braking more gradually is gonna make you give you a lot more grip in the corner, just because your fronts aren't overloaded. So try it out and see how it feels. It may take a couple tries to actually see a difference, but this is why I can come in so fast into this corner. If I had mashed the brakes too fast, I don't think I could have made it. So you can even go, in this case, 90%, 95%, and instantly start trailing, but trail off very linearly, okay? You got to keep brake pressure almost throughout this entire corner. Very tricky corner, this one. I get back on throttle right around, kind of hard to say, it's sort of very jagged line right here. It's pretty obvious. So we get starting from there. Cut through here, jump the curb here. So here we're going to be braking around half in between these two light poles, from your point of view. Realistically, you'd be braking pretty much, yeah, right between, so in the middle. Again, applying very gradually. You can see, I'll show it again here. My line, very gradually apply it. I'm not mashing them from 0 to 100 or 0 to, I guess, 85 in this case instantly. I am giving it some time to build up. And for this corner, I made a little drawing here. Very well made, very professional. Showing the line I take. So starting off, I was taking a line a bit more like the red one, and this is usually what people take. Um, it's the normal line you would use. It's kind of badly drawn here, but you get the idea. You're wider because it's a hairpin, so you take more line. But really, thanks to this sort of yellow curbing here that you're going to see at the exit of the corner, you can really come in very early, turn in very early, and on exit, really, you're going to apex pretty late, but you're going to be cutting throughout this entire curbing here, which is going to give you a lot more space to use on throttle all the way till exit. So you can watch it right here. I'll be doing it. You can see I turn in pretty earlier than you'd think, because realistically, you turn in a bit later than this, but thanks to the curbing, I can use it completely on exit. You can see I'm mounting the curb right now, and it allows me to get back on throttle almost like a lot earlier. I get the speed a lot earlier too. Careful of wheel spin here too. For this corner, it may seem easy, but if you don't take it right, you're usually off track onto the complete other side of the track over there. So very important to always sort of use the most amount of track on entry. So really on the white line here. I could even show it in the other view. Give me a sec here. Chase. You can see I'm basically in the grass. So using the whole entry. And afterwards, while turning in, you're going to turn in a bit earlier than it may seem normal to do so. But that's really to use the most amount of track possible. So again, I'm going to sort of cut. This may be a bit exaggerated, but still, it worked. Didn't off track. So off track, you'd really need to have your right wheels on the other side of this white line here. So you're still fine, but don't do it. Pull to the left as much as you can. For this braking zone, I was maybe not perfectly placed. I should have pulled a bit more to the left, but it's fine. So you brake pretty much in the middle. Uh, okay, maybe not in the middle. Maybe a bit more when your car crosses the white line right here of the access road. You can start braking. So it's gonna look a bit more like this. And again, you're gonna be braking very gradually. Braked a bit harder this time because I was a bit late on the brakes, but you could always change your braking zone to see exactly how much you want to apply. Again, 90% feels right to me. Trailing off. And like the other corner, there is this yellow curbing on the entry. You can use it. I don't recommend it because it's very slippery. Uh, every time I use it, I end up wheel spinning on exit and losing a bunch of time. So what I try to do is avoid it as much as possible. You can see I'm on the white line, but you don't hear that sort of thump from hitting the curb because I'm not using it. I'd rather not use it at all because it kind of destroys my exit. You can see here I'm very close to it. I use it at the entry of the corner because you're not applying throttle, so it doesn't matter. But it's a lot more crucial once you get to applying the throttle, it'll make you spin. Using full curb on exit, almost. And over here, I'm braking. Let me get back in cockpit here. I'm braking the moment I cross these lines against these jagged lines after the access road. Again, gradual application. And also, I'm braking a bit more lightly this time because it's a pretty sharp corner. I want to make sure not to overload the fronts, not only in the speed of my application, but the actual amount I'm using. So applying a bit less. And here, you're going to get back on throttle a lot earlier than it feels right to do so because you have so much space. I mean, this is it's ridiculous. You have so much, like a whole playground to go around. So you want to, sorry about that. So yeah, you want to get as much on throttle as possible early without wheel spinning. So I get back basically the second I go past this yellow curbing here. And make sure to pull to the left, but not too much. You can see I'm almost spinning right here. Like it's you can see the tires and you can hear the tires, sorry, sort of getting out of line, but minimize turning here, so I'm almost steering straight. Then I keep going and use as much exit as possible. You could have even gotten on a bit earlier than I did and really push how close you can get to this. Oh, sorry about that. How close you can get to this wall. Personally, I haven't had good experiences getting too close, so I keep my distances, but you can experiment with that as you please. Here on the oval, just hug it as much as possible without crossing the yellow line because that's going to give you a slowdown. That's the new trick about this updated track, is they crack down a lot on the apron, so make sure not to cross it. Skip through here. Right here, getting out of the oval. To not scrub speed, I just let my car naturally glide to the wall. But you could also maybe hold it on to the left a bit longer if you want to you want to travel less distance and be faster. But just I guess a preference. So coming into this corner, I'm going to be braking in between the green light here and the tube board. So basically straight down the middle. Again, gradual application. This was maybe a bit faster than in turn one, but it's still the same, really. Pretty hard braking here too, because you're coming in really fast. 90%, 95. Downshift as early as you can to get all that deceleration and rotation, because you're going to need it for this pretty high speed first apex. So in these apexes, or sorry, these curbs, you can really use as much as you want of the sort of yellow and blue curbs here, but do not, for these two first apexes, do not use these sort of big triangles or blocks or whatever you want to call them, because they will completely unsettle the car and kill your turning radius. So make sure you can use as much as you want of the curbing. You can see I really eat it pretty much as you can without being able to hit this, right? Same thing for this one. Also, talking about braking here, it's one whole brake trace from here to here. I don't really get on throttle beforehand. Before on the previous track, you could also sort of I mean your trail braking, sorry, looked a bit more like this. So this was your first corner, and then this was your second corner or your second apex, which was this one. But now with this sort of new updated track they did, it's sort of more like this the whole way through. So don't really have time to get back on throttle. So here I just maintain a little bit of percentage all the way through. And then once I'm at the apex, I get back on throttle pretty fast. Again, not hitting this triangle because that will completely kill you. Get back on throttle, not that fast really, because you're making sure you can have enough turn in to get here without going too fast. But still, right? Gradual application. Now these two apexes, you don't need to turn much for these, so I completely eat the triangles here, completely. It's going to be a line like this. So in first person, it's going to look like this. So shamelessly just jump over him because this is not real life and you don't need to worry about like your frame and anything. So I completely jump this one and jump this one here. Full throttle all the way. And then it's same thing, hug the yellow line as much as possible without crossing over and all the way to the finish line. If you want to cheese it, you can also use this apron here. They don't really give you slowdowns for these, I think. I rather not use it because I'm not sure and it's kind of, I don't know, it's weird. But if you want to do it, you can absolutely. So that's the lap. So thank you for listening and good luck in your races. And follow me on, I'm going to link my YouTube below because this is on the SRN channel. I'm going to link my YouTube and all the conditions for the weather. So thank you for listening.